Alright guys, Jeezo here to do One Piece chapter 719 review, and I personally really enjoyed this chapter of One Piece. It was really good. So in the chapter itself, Luffy knocks down Shinja. Shinja gets back up, and Shinja explains how Luffy thinks he's big-headed because he was part of the worst generation, and that Shinja, Whitebeard, and Blackbeard sailed through worse seas than Luffy ever did, and he thinks that Luffy isn't able to be at Roger's level and defeat admirals or any of the four emperors. Luffy then grabs into his head, does a Gum rocket into the sky, and Shinja says that he'll finish this fight off with one punch. And then that's when we go into a flashback. We see Don Shinja from 30 years ago using his head to split directly through an iceberg where all his treasure was. And then that's when we meet Garb from when he was young, and the way that Garb and Shinja were exchanging words, it wasn't the first time meeting. I have a feeling that they fought several battles before this, so this definitely wasn't their first time meeting. And then Shinja used his pinhead, George used his fist, clash. Shinja's head, flat, gone down, wasn't pointed anymore, flat, gone down. His men took him back to recuperate, and he didn't have any of his gold anymore, and when he was finished recuperating, came back, tried to use his headbutt, didn't do anything, really pissed. Shinja was really pissed. He lost his treasure, lost his will to fight, lost his pinhead. And at this when Luffy comes in, and when the flashback is over, we go back to the arena. Shinja with using his failed head, and Luffy using his gear third, ornament, haki, Thor hammer. It's and Shinja and Luffy clash. And then there was like sparks around Luffy's like Thor hammer, if that's what it's called. There were sparks around it. I'm just beginning to think what's up with, like, why is there, since when how can there be sparks around it if Luffy's rubber? Just how can there be thunder sparks around it if Luffy's rubber? I mean, it makes no sense. It had to be emitted from it, and Luffy's immune to he's immune to lightning. So how can he emit any thunder from his attack? I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. I have a feeling it was just the effects of the clash between the two haki, but it couldn't be lightning. He's immune to it. So for me, that couldn't be it. There was a clash. Luffy actually brought back. He stuck his fist, hit Shinja right here, and his pinhead came back, crashed all the way down through the Colosseum. He was out. The crowd was cheering for Luffy, and yeah, Luffy was the last one left in Block C, and that's pretty much it for that. Now we're on to some of the key points in this chapter. I now think Shinja will join. He won't join the Straw Hat crew. He'll help Luffy. He'll now become one of Luffy's allies, because it always happens. It always happens with Luffy. Even Mihawk said himself, Luffy has Luffy's power. He has the ability to make enemies around him become his allies. It's just that, and we all know that it's obviously going to happen, that Shinja is going to train Luffy in some way, and then Luffy will get stronger. And I also think, I strongly believe that Bellamy will join the Straw Hat crew at the end of this arc. That's what I believe. He won't eat the devil fruit. I'll tell you now, he won't eat the devil. Now Shinja has broken down into through the Colosseum, and now the factory is just directly under it, and I don't think Luffy will start heading to the factory now. It's too late for Doflamingo to go, and in my opinion, unless Fujitora thinks that Doflamingo is now, like, he won't longer be needed, like, Luffy will not go there yet. He won't go to the factory by himself there yet. He'll possibly wait for Frankie or Zoro to be there with him, but he won't go to the factory yet. Just don't see it happening. We also need to know what happened to Fujitora at Greenbit. Like, the entire fight between Doflamingo, Law, and Fujitora, it was just too, like, we didn't really even see it. It was just too vague, and we saw the end outcome, but we don't know if Fujitora is still there in Greenbit or if he left Greenbit. So that's actually one of the things that still needs to be answered there. Plus, that none of us know. He could be on his way to the Coliseum where Luffy and Shinja fight is. We don't know. We just don't know where he is, bro. So we really need to find out where Fujitora could be heading. I see Bellamy teaming up with Luffy to fight against, to assist him in fighting against Burgess and Bartholomew. Burgess, over these past 2 years, has gotten huge, and Bartholomew, he's just really cocky, and I have a strong feeling that Bellamy will be helping Luffy to take on the two of them. Other than that, like, it's a really, I actually can't wait for next week. It's a really good chapter of One Piece. So let me know what you guys think. Don't rate this video, subscribe, and thanks for watching my videos, and stay tuned.